Hi guys, new layout. I know, I don't really know yet. So this is actually one of my younger sister's rooms that I'm now vacating because obviously I sold my house and I've moved back in with my dad and I'm kind of here, there and everywhere. So this is her bed sheets actually. We're gonna make it a bit more aesthetic in here. I'm gonna change the sheets, put some nice cushions on, make it a bit more comfy. I do have, you can't really see, I've got my candles going in the background, you can't see. But yeah, so this is kind of like my temp setup. I know I've been filming in my front room where I have white backgrounds, which is probably actually a little bit better than this, but tell me your feels on this, guys. I always like listening to your opinions because you guys are the ones that watch, so let me know how we feel about this. It is going to be spruced up, let me get that right first, and I know this doesn't go, oh god, okay, I'm giving myself anxiety. So this video is going to be a little bit different and I just thought I'd do it because I constantly get asked how did I get into influencing, YouTube and Instagram, and how did I grow my channels, and I want to be an influencer, how do I do it? So I just thought, why don't I just make a video? This will be so much easier. I'll just tell you what I did, what worked for me, and then maybe you can give it a go, see if it's for you or not. I've made some notes in my phone. So before I get on with the video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment and follow me on Instagram, and TikTok is just Gex. Okay, so currently to this moment, I have 65.9k followers on Instagram and YouTube. YouTube's harder to get subscribers, I'm going to be honest guys. YouTube I'm on 2,636, so I still think that's personally really good. I love that. YouTube is definitely harder to grow, but I really love the people on YouTube because I feel the community is nicer. Sometimes I do get the odd horrible comments, but you know, the community tends to be really nice on YouTube. I'm just gonna go in with like basically what I did and tips and stuff that I put. So my Instagram obviously at one point was 0. When I was at uni I did a lot of like Instagram sort of work and I got it up to about 20 something K. I then deleted about 10,000 followers, went down to about 13.2, something like that, and then that's when I sort of said, right, I'm going to start again now. So but I was at about 13.2 followers maybe in August. It's now October and I'm on nearly, well, 65.9k. So you can really grow it. And also YouTube last November, which was what, nearly a year ago, I was on about 200 subscribers and now I'm on 2,636 or whatever it is. So YouTube has took a lot longer, however they can be really loyal, YouTube subscribers, and Instagram can as well. I suppose like YouTube, you can have a viral photo or video and it can just go viral and you can pick loads of people up like that, but you want it to be sort of consistent rather than just one viral thing that has brought loads of people in, because that way you've got more loyal followers and subscribers. So you can do it, I mean, in the matter of what, so August, September, October, 3 months, and I've basically gained 50 odd K followers. So it can happen, it can happen. My aim is to get at least 100k by the end of the year. That's my dream, and my dream was to get at least 5k subscribers on YouTube as well. So we will see. Positive vibes, I believe I can do it, you know. So everybody always says pick a niche. I'm a little bit of a wild card because I don't want to just stick to one niche, although it's best to, I think it's advised to have a niche. I really want to be lifestyle so that I can incorporate traveling with my job. I can just incorporate doing my day-to-day things when I do my vlogs. I really wanted to do a lot of fashion and I like doing beauty. Sometimes I'll do makeup. So I am a little bit here, there, everywhere. But I feel like once you sort of grow your following, you can kind of venture out anyway because people will just watch you for you in the end. But I definitely think maybe starting out it is better to get a niche. I think I grew more with the fashion niche and then I sort of just started branching out and doing whatever I sort of wanted. One thing I also did in the beginning is I kind of looked at other influencers that I liked, that I thought, oh, not that I'd want to be like them, but I liked their content and what they put out and it was similar to what I wanted to do. And I feel like I studied them. I watched like where they would post, what kind of stories they do, their filters, how they would edit the photos, how it would like the areas that they would do. Would it be outside? Would it be inside? What kind of aesthetic backgrounds, colours, tones, outfits? And I feel like I sort of realised what I wanted to sort of post like what I wanted my Instagram aesthetic to be like. I know some influencers have one filter that they'll put on every single photo, for example like a moody filter, so it's this like sort of darkened colour and that looks really lovely. Some people like white, clean cut, crisp backgrounds, that's really nice as well. I didn't want my Instagram to just be all sort of one thing, that it was, you know, I do really love that though when people have a flowing aesthetic because it looks so much more appealing. Like I said with the niche, I didn't want to restrict myself to it always looking same, because although a lot of people do like the aesthetic of the same sort of look, some people don't as well. I didn't want it to be like, if I was out in a really cool restaurant, I couldn't take a picture there because it was dark background, but all the rest of my Instagram was white. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, I went to a restaurant called Sexy Fish. It was so good, like the aesthetics are so nice in there, and I took really cool pictures in there, but I wouldn't want it to be that I couldn't have done that if I had like a white clean cut. But talking about pictures need to be bright, they need to be in well-lit areas. Natural light is always better, I always think, to take photos rather than ring lights or like room lights. Natural light is always so much better, especially if you can get that like golden hour sunset look. Those photos are always bomb. But darkly lit rooms, no, it's just a no, guys. And you also don't want photos very same. I see a lot of people on Instagram where their photos are in the same place all the time. I can be guilty of taking a lot of photos in one day in the same place, just if it's convenient, but I'll make sure I'll scatter those photos so they're not all together on the feed. I just can't stand it when I look at people's Instagram pages and the feed is all so very much the same. It gets boring, it gets really boring. I wouldn't personally follow somebody like that. Maybe other people would, but I would just find that content very, very boring. I like to see people that are going out for coffee, they've got really cool coffee photos, they're out on a night out, they're out in a cool restaurant, they're at home all snug. Like, I really like seeing different things. That's just me personally, and I know a lot of other people sort of say the same thing when I have these conversations with them. I always tend to find my photos where I'm out do better usually than at home, and I don't know why, I just feel like they do. I think maybe it's because people think they're sort of catching up with you in that time, they're with you in that moment. Do you know what I mean? As if it's live with your life. If you've gone out for coffee that day and you took a picture and you posted it, it's sort of with you there. I don't know, maybe that's just my logic behind it, but I do find that they do better. Also, what I would say is switch to a business account. This will allow you to see your insights. So this way you can see what times are better for posting for you, like what times throughout the day and what days give you better engagement. That's the most important thing about Instagram, and YouTube is all about engagement. So what I did, I think I changed my Instagram to, it was either public figure or I changed it to personal blog. Some people change it to public figure, personal blog, and that way I can check my insights. And it's really cool because when you see like that you're hitting the millions and stuff like that, it gives you that motivation to really go harder and really do well. Obviously engagement goes up and down with Instagram. I'm currently going through like less engagement the last week, I'd say, but it's mad because 1 week I was hitting nearly 2,000 followers a day and my engagement was through the roof. Then this week it's like maybe 100 to 200 a day. You can't call it. I mean, even that is still really good and I will still take that. Like, that's way more than what I used to get anyway. It's very hit and miss with Instagram. I don't think anybody's worked the algorithm out, but definitely if you can see on your insights, then you can see what times are best to post. My cousin, for her, I think it's like early in the morning, so she tends to post then. For me and my followers, it tends to be about 6 PM GMT time, so I always set an alarm every single day to post at 6 PM, and I always set my YouTube videos to 6 PM as well. I tend to find that that does better. What I'll do as well is, like, while I'm taking all of these photos, I put them in like a separate folder called I think I named it Instagram Uploads. I used that, so I have all of my content in that album on my phone, and then I also have an app called Preview, and it previews, basically you log into your Instagram through this app and you can see what your feed looks like, and then you can add photos without it going onto your Instagram, so you can see how your photos would look throughout the feed. I really like doing that as well, because sometimes I'll put a photo on and I'm like, oh, actually that doesn't look good on the feed, and then I can change it, and then it sort of prepares me for the rest of the week or month or whatever. I can sort of prepare all my like Instagram posts then. I really like that. and I think you can schedule them to post on there, but I just schedule it myself so I can sort all my hashtags and everything out. I think you can do all of that on Preview though. And then also what I do in my notes, I have like, I do it by the month, so at the moment it's like October's posting schedule, and I'll write down the date every single day of the month, and I'll say like what YouTube videos are coming out at what time, what Instagram posts I'm posting at what time, just so I sort of know and I can remember, oh yeah, I've got to post that, because some brands I work with, I've got to post on certain dates and certain times, so that works for me because it reminds me that I've got to schedule a YouTube video for that day, I've got to post an Instagram post for that day, and that really works for me. I just like being organised. When I feel like I've got lists, I always feel like I stick to them and I do better and I do more, so that really works for me. So how it sort of started for me with Instagram, I remember just sort of thinking like, my fashion's really crap, I'm not really making much effort with my actual self, like, so I thought, right, I'm going to switch up my whole wardrobe, I'm going to try and stay on trends, I'm going to try and sort of be more trendy and all of this, because I was literally just wearing like trackies every day. I weren't making no effort, I weren't putting on no makeup, I weren't doing nothing. So I thought, let me actually make an effort. And that's when I also started doing Primark hauls. Primark hauls really helped me take my YouTube off. Primark hauls helped me get my views up, helped me start getting paid on YouTube, got my subscribers up. They really helped. People love Primark hauls, guys. So if you're new on YouTube, try doing them. I always recommend them to my friends because they really do work. What I did was I just started taking more effort in how I looked, so then my photos started becoming better because my outfits were more cooler. People were like, oh, I really like your outfit, and then people will follow you if they like your fashion sense. I do. If I see girls on Instagram and I really love how they dress, I'll follow them for inspo. And then also with YouTube, what I started doing, because I was doing these like Primark hauls or different clothing hauls, I started posting every 3 days. So I'd try and do, it wasn't just clothing hauls, sometimes it'd be vlogs or whatever. I would post every 3 days on YouTube, and then that way I felt like there was always something coming out, and it kept like my views up, it keeps my subscribers interested, and I feel like it's keeping me active, and it was definitely helped me posting more videos and growing my channel. It can be slow, it can be good. One video can do really well. You could post a similar video and it just not do as well. You can't call it. Just like Instagram, you can't call what the engagement's going to be like on a post, but just being consistent. And you'll hear every influencer or content creator say the same thing: be consistent. You have to post every day on Instagram. I post every single day on Instagram except for Fridays and Saturdays because my engagement's not as well then. People are going out, people are socialising, aren't they? So I just don't do that. Sundays and Tuesdays tend to be the best, I think, for the majority of people. Don't ask me why. Sunday I get, Tuesday I don't understand. But make sure you post every single day. So go out and do a content day, go out and meet a friend and see if they'll just take pictures of you all day. It's kind of long though to keep getting changed and stuff like that. If me and my cousin or me and my friends do a content day, it can be quite tedious. I actually don't enjoy taking photos, I'll be honest, but it's a big part of being a content creator, so you have to. But yeah, so you have to go out, you have to make the effort. If you want to be an influencer, you have to put the effort in. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy, it takes all your free time up. Like, a lot of my free time goes to content creating, influencing, and I don't mind giving up weekends, evenings, all of that, because it's really helping me grow and it's helping me to be where I want to be. So yeah, it's mad because when you start growing as well, the opportunities that come forward, it's crazy. Like brands, TV, events. I've even had somebody get in touch for management now, so it's crazy. Celebrities, famous people that message you and like your photos, it's crazy. Like it's so cool actually. It's really cool. One thing I also did as well, I joined this like 4-week program, and it was basically, I think it was Lorella's influencers on Instagram, and it came up in like my advertisements, and I thought, you know, sod it, I'm gonna try it. I think I paid 30 quid maybe, 30 quid, and it was like a 4-week program, and she basically sent out like an email once a week, and it was just like some information and stuff like that on how to influence, and at the end they send you like loads of emails for brands. And then she's not a manager, but she also, like, brands approach her, and then if you bought her program, she can put you forward to brands, like she's put me forward to Love Leggings, and I think there was some other brands I've worked with through her as well. I didn't necessarily find the information probably as useful for me. It was useful if you didn't know anything about social media. I kind of knew all of these things before, so the actual information probably wasn't as useful for me. The actual brands were, though. The emails for the brands were really useful. I got to work with Missy Empire through the emails that were given. But what I will say was really, really useful was actually getting to know all of the girls in the course. So you're on this course and you get put in this WhatsApp group, and there's like, oh god, I can't even remember how many of us, there were maybe like 30 plus, but you network with these girls who share tips, and then you sort of like, you can follow each other if you want, you can like each other's stuff, everybody helps each other with engagement and comments and likes and stuff like that. That I found really useful. And then I noticed that once we all started doing that, loads of other people from other groups of hers who did courses in the past would all sort of comment and engage in that, and then it's a bit like engagement groups. You sort of like, when someone posts, everyone sort of, you know, through the hashtags and that is giving you engagement, you return it, and that really helps because it really helps your engagement. It helps with female following as well. You can get engagement groups where you can join these groups and you post when your photo is up or whatever, and you all sort of spam each other or, you know, like each other's stuff. But I think you've got to be careful with stuff like that because Instagram can notice, and then I've heard that they can maybe like ban you or stuff like that, or maybe not put your photos on the explore page or whatever. Talking about the explore page, that is the thing that definitely grew me. I remember for the longest time I could not get a photo on the explore page. That was my goal. That was just my one goal, was to get a photo on the explore page, and I remember for ages I couldn't do it. And then I went on a 2-week holiday and I took so much content. When I say loads of content, I took loads, and I was like, this is it. When I'm on holiday and I start posting every day, all this content, I'm going to get it on the explore page. And I actually did, and that's where some of my photos then sort of went viral. We say viral, I mean, you know, a lot of engagement from them. I think one of them was nearly 4 million account reach. So in a way, I suppose, yeah, it goes viral, and that's when you just get a mass amount of followers, mass amount of engagement, other people start noticing you and things like that. The only thing I would say is obviously when things like this happen, your male following can go up, which is not always a bad thing. It's just obviously when you want to work with fashion brands and stuff like that, you want your female following to be really, really high. But with posting loads of photos, and big influencers and stuff like that tend to get a lot of male following anyway, so it's not like it's a massive thing. There was a time where every single photo of mine was getting on the explore page, and that was amazing. That's when I was getting like nearly 2,000 followers a day. It was brilliant, loved it, and I'm hoping I can get back there again and even better soon. But sometimes Instagram goes up and down. Like I say, at the moment I'm going through a bit of a lower patch, and it's fine because it can pick back up. You can pick back up. You've just got to stay consistent, keep posting amazing content, and you will get there. Honestly, you will get there. Hi guys, apologies for this awful angle. How I look, I've got no makeup on, but I'm just editing this influencer video right now, and I've realised I forgot to mention about hashtags. Now, hashtags back in the day were the main thing that you needed to grow your Instagram and stuff like that. They're not as brilliant now, I'll be honest. However, they are still really good for bringing in. What I would recommend is, I think you're only allowed 30 hashtags per post. Use 30 hashtags. Do not delete them, because obviously that will remove your photo from the hashtag. But hashtags sometimes bring me in 30,000 plus reach. They can be a lot. So I tend to do different hashtags. So I'll do the big ones where there's like over 1 million people using them, but I'll also use the littler ones, because the 1 million ones, you're not always going to have your post seen. You might go all the way to the bottom if so many people are using it, especially when it gets into the billions and multi-millions. So I'll do a different range. I'll do like ones where there's only 10k, 50k, 100k, multi-millions, and that way I just find that I get a good reach of people. But also be very clever with your hashtags. Try and make it more about the photo, or see what hashtags work for you. I definitely played around with hashtags that I sort of realised what ones were bringing in more engagement and more reach. One thing I would say as well you can do is, if you're looking to get invited to events, restaurant things, I've just realised I'm in my throat talking to you guys, sorry. I do a lot of events and restaurant openings and anniversaries and stuff like that. I will tag my area, so I was doing like Birmingham bloggers, Coventry bloggers, West Midland bloggers. I'd also do London bloggers if I do some events in London, and that will bring companies in. They follow those hashtags and then they can see what influencers and what micro influencers they have in the area. It doesn't necessarily mean how many followers you've got. You will be invited to these events. They just want that presence there and they want to bring local influencers in the area. So hashtags really can bring you a lot of opportunities. They've definitely helped me. Also, if you're tagging brands, so for example, when I work with Missy Empire, I have to tag like Missy Girls, Missy Empire, and they will give you hashtags as well that they want you to post. These brands follow these. I've had Primark see me, New Look see me from the hashtags that they follow. So then you get reposted on their page. So make sure hashtagging is really, really important. I just really wanted to add that in because I realised I didn't talk about it in the video. Also guys, if there's anything that you want more questions on, I'm more than happy to do more types of videos like this. If you want me to talk more about brands I'm working with or anything influencer, content creator stuff, if you want more about YouTube, if you want more about Instagram, just let me know if you have loads of questions. I wasn't too sure. This is the first kind of video I've done like this, so I wasn't sure if it would do well or what people would want to see. So just let me know. I'm more than happy to help. You know, I always try and do the videos that you guys ask for, so I hope you really have enjoyed this video. It's just dedication. You have to be dedicated. I do find it really cringy to say influencer, so I really don't want to be that person like, I'm an influencer. But I guess in the world of Instagram and YouTube, that's what it would be. I prefer to say content creator. I prefer that. But yeah, so anyway. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment and follow me on Instagram and TikTok. It is just Jessica Jess Care. Bye guys. Have a beautiful time.